What if one of the biggest turning points in World War II was delayed by just 1 month? Let us explore an alternate history. What if Hitler had waited until late July 1941 to invade the Soviet Union? The real-life Operation Barbarossa began on June 22nd. By all accounts, it was a massive surprise attack that initially saw stunning success. German forces pushed deep into Soviet territory, capturing vast numbers of soldiers and equipment. But one enemy proved unbeatable: the Russian winter. The mud, the snow, and the brutal cold ground the German advance to a halt right at the gates of Moscow. Now, imagine if the invasion started a month later. Why would this happen? Perhaps the Balkan campaign in Greece and Yugoslavia dragged on longer than expected, forcing a postponement. So, what changes? Well, that single month makes a world of difference. First, the weather. A later start means the German army hits the autumn rains, known as the Rasputitsa, much sooner. Instead of firm ground, they'd be fighting through a sea of mud far earlier in their campaign. This would slow down their Blitzkrieg tactics to a crawl, bogging down tanks and supply trucks long before they reached their primary objectives like Moscow. The logistical nightmare would be amplified tenfold. Second, Soviet preparation. An extra month, even under Stalin's denial, would have given the Red Army precious time. Intelligence reports of a German buildup were already trickling in. An additional 4 weeks might have allowed for at least partial mobilization, moving more troops and defenses to the border. The initial shock of the invasion might have been less devastating, resulting in a more organized, albeit still brutal defense from day one. So, would Moscow have fallen? In this scenario, it's highly unlikely. With the advance slowed by mud and a slightly more prepared Red Army, the Germans would have reached the outskirts of Moscow just as the full, unforgiving force of winter arrived. They'd be even less prepared for the cold, with their supply lines stretched even thinner. The counteroffensive launched by the Soviets in December would likely be even more successful, pushing the exhausted and ill-equipped German forces much further back. This delay wouldn't have prevented the war, but it could have dramatically shortened the conflict on the Eastern Front. A less successful invasion in 1941 would have been a catastrophic blow to German morale and resources, potentially accelerating the eventual Allied victory. It's a fascinating reminder of how a single decision, a single month, can completely alter the course of history. What do you think would have happened? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring these historical what-ifs, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.